G'day everyone, welcome to Year 10 Maths. There's a few of us who are going to try and do something a little bit different this year to achieve a number of goals. To improve your learning is the main one. We want to increase your knowledge, we want to increase your ability to do maths and do it well. We want to make it easier for you to work ahead. If you feel like you're coping with the work, you're going to have the opportunity to work ahead and work at your own pace and extend yourself a little bit further. The third thing we're going to do is we're going to maximise the effectiveness of your homework time. In our experience, what we've found is that a lot of times students go to do their homework, have trouble, they've got nowhere to turn to, and they end up not really completing anything meaningful, or sitting there spending an hour trying to do problems and not really achieving a lot. So we're going to turn it on its head. We're going to try and deliver a lot of the information via videos such as this one, and you'll view those for your homework. And then during class time, we'll have a lot more time available to get help with anything you're having trouble with, but more importantly, to solve maths problems. The way to get better at maths is to do it. Just like to get better at piano, you've got to practice. To get better at maths, you've got to practice too. And we're going to spend a lot more time in class actually solving problems rather than sitting there watching the show out the front. And the last thing we're hoping to get out of this is actually to improve your enjoyment, to help you realise that you can work collaboratively in maths to solve some really interesting and challenging problems and learn a lot along the way. Part of the way we're going to do that is through this OneNote file. You guys will have been sent a link to it, or if you haven't been, you will receive it shortly. This has really got the whole year mapped out for us already. You can see here on the first page we've got a semester plan, and if I scroll down a little bit, you'll be able to view, there we have all of the topics and exercises, all the sections from the book that we're going to be referring to throughout each term. You've got term 1 there, term 2 there, and then later on we'll add in the second semester below. You'll see at the moment it looks very busy. We're doing basically a section a day, and then we've got all this blank space over here at the end of the term. The reason we've got that is obviously there'll be things that come up that mean we can't work at that pace. So we'll just adjust it as we go. We'll go at the pace that we need to finish the work, but also at the pace that's appropriate for you to get your learning done. So that's just to help you keep your bearings. On the right hand side you'll see we've got all of the chapters set there in little sections. If I click on chapter 1, that'll give you an idea. So we've got some hot links there, but basically what you'll see is there's, well, even not touching, just hovering above one of those things will click the link. You've got to be careful with the new stylus. So what you'll see there is we've got all of those little contents. If you click on one, so the first one there, reviewing algebra, that'll take me through to the reviewing algebra. On the right you'll see that it's opened up something with HW. The HW means this is your homework. What we expect you to do for homework is there'll be the key ideas from that section of the textbook. This one's reviewing algebra, so the key ideas are going to be things that are quite familiar to you. With each of these things there will be a little explanatory video like this one for you to watch that just talks over it if you feel you need that. We encourage you to watch it. They'll be short. The aim is to keep them somewhere between 2 to 8 minutes. Certainly wouldn't want anything longer than that, and hopefully more around 2 to 5 minutes at most for each of the sections will be enough to give you the information. If you feel you need to watch it again, you'll have the opportunity to do that. You would have noticed when I scrolled down to the bottom there before, after all of the key ideas, there's also some links. Now these aren't links because I can't link to your individual Hot Maths file, but what it is that's the name of the Hot Maths review test that we're going to get you to do. The level 1 and level 2, quite introductory level questions, just to make sure you understood the basics out of the key ideas in the video. Sometimes we'll have some education perfect questions in there as well for you to attempt. Education perfect's great because it encourages you to review your work as you go. So usually when I set those, I'll ask you to review them 3 times within a period of 2 weeks, and that's usually plenty of time. They don't take particularly long. It's not spending a long time, but it's doing that consistent amount of work that's going to help you. So if that's your homework, you'll see over here on the right we've got a subpage 1.1 class, and when I click on it you'll see that's the classwork. And what we've got there is we've got the questions that we recommend you do from the textbook set out there for you to have a go at. You can see here, oh please don't, stop working. That's disappointing. Well, I've got it back up again. Sorry about that. That was a bit disappointing in the first video that I'm making. But you'll see here, for the majority of you, the mainstream classes or enrichment classes are the 4 classes involved. They recommend which questions to do. The understanding questions, you'll have done most of that when you do the level 1 and level 2 hot maths, so there's no need to do it again from the textbook, although of course you're very welcome to. Fluency, problem solving, reasoning and enrichment. They're the extra questions in there that are recommended. There's an explanation on the right. You can all read that as to what a half means. If it says 6 to 11, 1/2, that means you only do half of the parts from question 6 to question 11. So maybe the ACE ones is what I'd usually call them, A, C, E, etc. So there we've got the questions. In class, we want you to be tackling those questions. We're going to encourage you to work together, to work up at the whiteboard so we can see you're working. You'll be able to use technology to make sure you haven't, to take a photo of your working, make sure you don't miss any. But that's the minimum we'd recommend to do. If you find that easy, if you want to start that for homework, you can. If you find it easy and you finish in class, we've got some challenge questions at the end of each section. So either you work ahead to the next topic, or at the end of each exercise, you'll see there are the challenge questions. Now, the first page of challenges are just the challenge questions from the book. And later on, you'll get to the extreme challenges. These are some really good problem-solving questions. I know that's an area that a lot of students want to practice. These will be questions that we've found from a variety of sources that we think are really going to challenge you. So hopefully that's enough to give you a vague idea of where we're headed and what we're doing. I think you'll get a little bit more comfortable with it as time goes on. But here's to a great year, and please, plenty of feedback is what we encourage. The more feedback we get, the more we can tailor the learning experience to suit you and your needs, and with the ultimate aim of becoming the best mathematicians we can. Have a great year.